temperature in control. Man, that looks great.
Jets! Oh my God, it's so beautiful. 78 degrees, Jets football, and we're winning. That's what's going on today. That's why everybody's so psyched. This isn't no happenstance. This is a guarantee, just like Joe Namath said. See that?
There are few things in life you cannot put a price on. Loyalty, tradition, fierce passion. Today is a gigantic family reunion because finally, they're back.
Well, hey, everybody. It seems I forgot to turn my microphone on over here. So let's do that real quick, if you don't mind. How you doing? This is GreenBean hanging out for about 30 minutes tonight. We're going to do a little lead-in action to the draft show over on Talkin' Jets channel. Here we go. Watch the difference. Here we go. You ready? You hear it now? You hear it now? You hear it now? How's that sound for your ear holes? That sound better? Dakota, does that sound better, buddy? This ain't no happenstance. That's the shit that I say when they put a camera in front of me. I'm like, blabbity, blabbity. This ain't no happenstance. That's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you go, here we go. It didn't take long. We have not had a stream without the name Brock Bowers mentioned, as if there's only one person in the world, Dakota, in months. Didn't take long at all. All I did was go, let me look at the chat. And there it was. I saw happenstance and Brock Bowers. Izzy for running back 3. So, guys, again, this is a little impromptu hang. I just wanted a few moments to see you guys, say hello, talk about Izzy, right? I'm looking over running backs right now, and I'm digging into some guys on I'm not really looking at the front end. I mean, I am a little bit, but the truth is, I don't think the Jets are going to pull the trigger in the second round. I don't think there's a first round running back class going on this year. Last year, we saw a couple. Very exciting to see running backs back in the first round. I like running backs in the first round. I think that we have really, in a very sad way, diminished the running back position. Now, here's the thing. The running backs still get the ball. If you have a good running back, they're still getting the ball 20, 25 times a game, handed to them. Here you go. Hike, here, take it, go. Do something. Save us, right? So we do that 20 times a game. Then on passing downs, we ask them to run headfirst into a linebacker, right? Just like we always did. Hey, you. Run into that. There's going to be a linebacker coming. If or a defensive end coming around the end, we want you to pop them. Okay. You're 5'9". I know 200 pounds, but this guy, 280, 6'4", is going to be running full speed. And real quick, we just want you to get in, just run into him. Right. So that we ask him, here's the ball, run into the guy. And then, by the way, if you chip him and the quarterback still got the ball, just run out and we're going to throw you the ball. You know what I mean? So they're receivers. And it's the outside of quarterback, in my opinion, still to this day, it's one of the most, it might be the second most vital weapon position on the field. And I know we're in this era of tossing the ball down the field and wide receivers. But so it's a sad thing for me because I think running backs are vitally important. Breece Hall, we're all excited about Breece Hall. We saw what it was like with Trenton Cannon. Right? And Forte and Frank Gore and who else? Who are these guys? Who was the other guy that we had in there? Remember? What's up, Flight, right? Good to see you, buddy. Remember the other guy? There's Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon? Is that his name or is that a comedian? I don't even remember. But anyway, I'm all smearing things together tonight, it seems. But here's the worst part. It's not even that. I think a vitally important player the value has been diminished. But here's the worst part about it. Since that has happened, we have seen the diva aspect of the wide receiver position become almost unbearable to me. It's like if you say pick a diva on any team, I would say more than not, maybe 8 or 9 out of 10, the diva on that team, if the team doesn't have Jamal Adams, is going to be the wide receiver. Is that fair? Not on the Jets, because Garrett Wilson is just, I mean, as level-headed and put together as they come, in my opinion. But man, oh man, and now it's like every draft there's a million wide receivers. Every draft is a deep wide receiver draft. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? It really is. It's kind of crazy. Nick Cannon, certainly a joke. Well, who was it then? Trenton Cannon, right? Who was fuck was the? Hold on, I gotta see who it was. Running back Jets. Hold on. Trenton. Right? Trenton Cannon. Yeah, that was what it was. Nick Cannon was a mistake. That wasn't a joke. Dano, I wasn't joking. I meant it, but I was wrong. But then there was the other guy, Elijah McGuire. Remember? So, like, look, we know what it's like to have guys that are ineffective at run. When you have a good running back, changes everything. If you even have an average quarterback, a good running back changes everything. So we see this devaluation of the running back position. And in my opinion, it's a shame, especially in the draft, because you're going to get like that. You know, what's the big knock on running backs? They wear down fast, right? It's crazy. Years ago, you have a running back for 8, 10, 12 years. Never a thing. Bell cow, 30 carries a game. He lasted forever. I don't know what it is. Now they can't. 5, 6 years, they fall off a cliff, a lot of most. But so if you're they're still valuable. They still are a jack of all trades. They still do everything and change everything. And you're going to get them for the top 4 or 5 years of their career. At that point, you can let them go. What's the difference? I mean, if is a first round pick not worth, let's just say 5 solid years of like 1,500 all-purpose yard production, is that not good? 1,100 on the ground, 400 in the air, some pass protection. You know what I mean? Is that not good? I would do it. So that all said, the Jets right now, I'm starting to really dig into the running backs. You guys know I like guys like Audric Estime. I like Braylon Allen. I like Carson Steele, right, later in the draft. But I'm trying to really dig in a little bit more to that middle of the pack, because while I don't see the running backs going in the first round, it could happen, of course, but I don't really think about it in that way. I think that Elijah McGuire, Curly. Yeah, man. That's funny. Fucking Elijah McGuire. Let me tell you, back then, a lot of Jets fans were like, dude, this guy's I'm telling you, I mean, I had these conversations. I never liked Elijah McGuire. No, I rooted for him. And he had a couple moments, don't get me wrong, but I knew this guy is a jag if I've ever seen one. And he's never going to be anything for us. And I hated even the late round pick. I forget who I wanted that year. There's always guys, right, that we want in the 5th, 6th round. But you look at like a Bilal Powell, a 4th round pick, and you look at Elijah McGuire. If I remember correctly, he was a 5th round pick. And like light years difference. And so that's the thing. Bilal Powell, I was like, okay. Elijah McGuire, I was like, this is a silly pick. So you start looking into these guys and you start considering, okay, well, what are we really looking for? When guys like myself start to go through different positional evaluations and things like that, watch it. Which guys am I going to have the time to watch full game tape on and see how because you look at a highlight, what are you going to see? If you're looking at a running back, turn on running back highlights. What are you going to see? You're going to see when they hand him the ball and he breaks it open. Oh, scoodly deedly da. That's what you're going to see. But it's the meat and potatoes aspect of the running back that you want to see. The hard yards. Does he fall forward? Does he keep his legs chopping when he hits the pile? Does he run into the ass of his own offensive lineman? There's nothing that frustrates me more than a running back who runs up the ass of his lineman. Now, if it's closed, if it's just, hey, you got to get a yard and it's closed, I mean, who better to run up, but a 320-pound dude in front of you run into him, try to push him for that. I get it, but generally speaking, I like guys with vision or just see the hole. I like north-south runners, those kinds of guys. So let's see. So Audric Estime out of Notre Dame is a guy that I really like. And the truth is, I think he's going to be a third. He might be able to be nabbed in the fourth. I think that if he's there, I think what is that? I think if I love the Jets. The Jets came away from this draft with Audric Estime. Then, in my opinion, we have running back too. Because here's the thing, and what we'll talk about, right? Izzy Abanikanda, is he worthy of thinking like, hey, we really don't need a number 2. What we really need is a number 3. Izzy and Brees are a good 1-2 punch. Are they? Let me throw a poll in here. Do you guys think it? Are Izzy, Brees, and Izzy a solid 1-2 punch? Okay. So there you go. Let me know what you think. I'll shut that down in about 2-3 minutes. Well, I believe we need a running back too. And I'm not saying anything particularly negative about Israel Abanikanda, but he's done nothing to impress me. Now, in college, let's take a look real quick. So, in college, come on, everybody. Whoops. He looked pretty good, right? So, and what did we get him for? We wanted him for his speed. We wanted that home run speed, as we like to say. Where the hell did his stats go? I just had him here for you guys. Let's see. Izzy Abanikanda stats. Israel Abanikanda. So he's got, in his final year in college, he had 1,431 yards with 20 touchdowns, 146 receiving yards with 1 receiving touchdown. He also returned the kickoff, 228 yards total. The guy brought in 128 points, 21 touchdowns, all-purpose yards, collectively 1,805 yards. That's including special teams. Not a bad guy to take, right? But we see him in the NFL. He was available. He was available for 6 games for us. He had 22 attempts for 70 yards with 0 touchdowns, right? 3.2 yard average. Now, if we're going to have the excuse, if you will, for why Brees and the running game struggled for most of the year, you got to give that to Izzy too when he was on the field. Then you had Dalvin Cook in front of him. You had Michael Carter in front of him for a long time. So, he wasn't really the guy. But when he was on the field, you didn't really see much. Now, opportunities, only 22 of them. So we can't make I would say, a final assessment. But with that, what do you think about Israel Abanikanda? Is he a guy that that you're confident can be running back too? Or are you looking at an Audric Estime, a Braylon Allen, who I like? Marshawn Lloyd is another one that I like. Let's see here. Where was he? Obviously later. So, or are you comfortable waiting? Or do you want to grab one with your 4th? Or are you comfortable waiting until the 6th round because you think Izzy is going to show up this year? You'd be like, no, he got his feet under him and all that. So we think this is going to be a good year for him to be number 2. Do you feel good about that? Isaiah Davis, that's the guy. That's the guy I like. So let me see what the poll says. Do you guys think? Oh, it's very close. It's very close. I'll give it a couple more minutes. They only got 30 votes. So let's see. Got almost 170. They're not all. There's only 76 on YouTube right now. So we're only going to do this for a few more minutes. Please don't forget to hit those there milk thumbs. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you're listening on Twitter, go ahead and hit follow for little old Green Bean. Why wouldn't you? You know, it's the funniest, the funnest thing you can do. So I'll tell you, I don't feel like I'm comfortable with Izzy Abanikanda being our running back 3 or 2. I think he's our running back 3. Now, would you want to? Is he even running back 4? Do you want to bring in a vet and kind of put Izzy in the warming pan? You know, what do you think of that? So let's see what you guys think about this. What's Dakota talking about? We need a tight end like Kincaid, if not better. Brock Bowers is the guy for 8. Conklin does all that for you. Again, I'm not anti-Bowers, but for me, it's difficult, Dakota, to justify using the 10th overall pick on a position that I feel good about already. And I feel good about the depth on that position as well. Now, like I've talked about numerous times, if you feel like Brock Bowers is not going to be used as a tight end per se, you're going to have Conklin and Bowers and Garrett Wilson on the field a lot. You know, so a 13 is really, you know, a 12 personnel. Okay. If that's like, you know, how you're using it, I'm fine with that. If you can do that. Isaac Guerendo, Sean McAteer says. Let me see. I haven't looked at him yet. Let me see. Dylan Johnson is a guy that I was looking at too. Let me see here. Who's your guy? Isaac Guerendo. Let me see here. Let's see here. Isaac Guerendo. Man, he's way down there, buddy. I don't even see him. Maybe I missed him. That's possible too. I'll do one more. Let's see what I got here. Yeah, I got to tell you, I got to look around for him. Jalen Wright. See, like, so they're saying the consensus is Jonathan Brooks, right? He's kind of the top guy. I have seen Jalen Wright up top, but Jonathan Brooks, Blake Corum, some of those guys. Let me see here. Yeah, I don't see your guy. I don't see him. I'll look into him. We need Allen running back. Stephen Hill. What are you guys talking about? Fresh says we need a second running back. That's how I feel, I think. Elijah McGuire's a Super Bowl champ. That's what you were saying. Don't matter. What did he do? It's like LaMichael Pirine, my boy. They're doing fine out there, but you know. Dakota says Jets are defending champions of the offseason, doing a good job defending their title. Would you rather they didn't, though? That's the whole thing. I mean, they needed to. It's all about the draft, though. I think the draft is really where we're going to see what this team is. Did we shore up behind injured guys? And that includes Tyron Smith and Mike Williams. Depends on what side you want to go. I mean, it depends. Let's see. Kareem Hunt for $2 million and call it a day. I wouldn't be against that. I think that's not a bad idea. Why not? New York Jet Driven says that Izzy needs more development. Yeah, I would say so. That's how I feel. Jason Edwards in the house. Milk thumbs, everybody. Big fella. Bam Knight showed more than I know. It's really a shame because we didn't lose Bam Knight for Izzy. We lost Bam Knight because we signed Dalvin Cook. And it's an absolute shame, in my opinion. I feel they could be, but still want a running back too. All right, let me close the poll. See what you guys say. I don't know how many of you got to vote. Let's see. 53% said no. 46% said yes. So pretty close, quite frankly. So pretty close as far as whether or not Izzy Abanikanda can be the second running back. Running back 2, RB2, the guy that goes in to spell Breece Hall. If Breece Hall twists his ankle, the guy that runs in, Izzy Abanikanda. So 46 feel pretty good about it. Let's see here. Dakota says Kareem Hunt or Zeke is more like it. Plus, each need a ring. Yeah. Well, I would be happy with either one because I still think we should draft somebody. And then competition, man. It's the whole thing about like when you look at guys like I was talking about it in the Jets pod this week about the only real need on defense is safety. It's the only real need. If you look at the team objectively, the only hole on defense, we got Chuck Clark and Tony Adams. Tony Adams is an undrafted free agent who played a full year. He looks pretty good. Chuck Clark is a vet, but he's coming off of a season-ending injury, a whole season. So there's question marks there. Plus, we have no depth after him. We do have Jarek Bernard-Converse, but we don't know what he is. So the idea is, though, is Tony Adams good enough for you that you don't need to have competition? Is Izzy Abanikanda good enough for you that you don't feel like you need to bring in competition? Bring somebody else in. If he can beat him, great. If he can't, then he didn't. Good thing I brought somebody else in. Fierce, what's up? Fierce says it did take Izzy forever to learn how to pass protect. Well, and he wasn't all that good at it. Anyway, I mean, they were saying that was the concern, right? That he couldn't protect the quarterback. Well, no, neither could the offensive lineman you were starting. Throw him out there. What are you talking about? It's crazy. GreenBean, why are we asking about Izzy? This is a coaching staff that were morons for not playing him late last year to see what we have. Well, why wouldn't we ask? I don't disagree with you. They didn't play Will McDonald either. Silly. I don't understand that. John, somebody needs to sit you and I down and explain to us where the wisdom is in as much as I had fun watching Breece Hall almost get 1,000 and it made the game interesting and all that. Tell me where the wisdom is that in a meaningless game, particularly a game where if you lose, you're a top 5 draft pick. Tell me where the wisdom is to run Breece Hall 40 times and not use Izzy Abanikanda, who you want to get his legs under him. Give him as much work as you can. Same thing with Will McDonald. Will McDonald should have been starting. No doubt. Why is Bryce Huff out there? You know you're losing him. Fucking sit him down. Who cares? We want to show him off. Whoever likes Bryce Huff already knows. And he did get, I believe in that game, he got the sack to get into double digits. So maybe that was positive. Who knows? But I'm with you, buddy. But look, it's John, you know the song, if you can't be with the one you love, honey, love the one you're with. Dude, these are our coaches. I mean, we still have to act as if. And on this end, shit, we could have the Brock Bowers show, John. Is that what do you think? Should I do that one again? That's what I'm saying, Furious. We do. We have 4 tight ends. Now, Zach, again, Zach Kuntz, is he so good that I don't want to bring in competition? Maybe not. But Brock Bowers is it's a tough pull for me. I would not be unhappy if we get him. I like the player, but I'm like, I don't know, man. Tackle and wide receiver for me. Yeah, I like Corum too. Phenom says, I haven't seen enough from Izzy. I wouldn't mind the Jets drafting running back like Braylon Allen. Dude, I'm telling you. Is that who you were talking about? Whoever put it, I forget who was in. They put in Wisconsin running back. I mentioned it, but I didn't know if that's who you were referring to. It probably is. Look at this guy. He's so cool. Where's Braylon Allen? Hold on. All right. I like Braylon Allen, man. Let's see. We have 6'1", 235. You want to see real quick? I got to get out of here in a few minutes, but here, let's take a look. So I'll get Izzy off the screen for you guys. I'll leave him. I'll take him off. All right. Whatever. You guys got me. All right. So too big. Here we go. So he had 984 rushing yards, 5.4 yard average. Now this is a 6'1", 235-pound mover, right? Which I like. 4'4", 40 at 235 pounds. Not bad, buddy. Not bad. 83.4 overall rating on this site. Let's see. So he's got 9.25-inch hands, 4'4", 40, 32-inch vertical, 235 arm length, 31.25, 58th percentile. Not great, but not terrible. Broad jump, little bit low. Bench press, 26 repetitions. Not bad. Let's see. Average rating of opposing defenses player has faced, 75%. All right, but let's look at this. Let's do his top strength here. Bruce Feldman's ranked 34, wrote last year he made it on the strength of his power, cleaning 406 pounds, clocking in at 1.49 in his 10-yard split. He bench pressed 365 pounds, bulked up 10 more pounds to 245 now. I'm bigger, but I'm leaner now. I went from 11% body fat to 8% this offseason. I'm definitely faster now. All right, rare combination of size, strength, capable of handling a high volume of carries. Does that not sound like the guy you want to bring in? Let me see something. Oops. Hold on. What's going on here? Holy shit. I don't know what I'm doing. Boop-a-da-beep. Boop-doo-doop. There we go. But that's better. All right. Nope, that sucks. Here we go. I don't know what happened. Okay. So let's look at the weakness. Struggles with agility behind the line. So what does that mean? He can't bounce. If somebody's penetrating, he has a difficult time bouncing. He's going to run into somebody. That's what limited route tree as a receiver, no sweat. Reducing his, not eliminating, reducing. No problem. Send him on a wheel route. Get him night. You know what I mean? That's the kind of guy you just get him building up speed, send him down and just toss him the ball. He's 6'1". He's fine. Technique and pass protection needs refinement to maximize effectiveness. Tendency to carry the ball away from his body. Oh, fumble, not good. How many fumbles did he have? I didn't even see that before. Let me see. They don't even talk about fumbles? Anywho. So there's Braylon Allen. Braylon Allen, I think, is a good pick for the Jets. I think that's a very, very strong option. So, and there are a number of guys. If we wait until the 6th or 7th round, Braylon Allen's not going to be there. But I will tell you who is. You guys want to see him real quick before I get out of here? Let me see. So you guys know who I'm going to talk about. But I want to show you. I don't know why Dom C is such a grump. Let me see. Speaking of Dom C, here he is. Look at this guy. All right, you ready? Real quick. Carson Steele, everybody, out of UCLA. He's one of my sleepers. He's going to make a roster. He's going to be a long-term guy. He's not going to be the bell cow. He's not going to be the big star, but he's going to do things that he's going to become. You know, you ever heard of the term fan favorite? He's going to be that guy. The guy coaches love. He's that guy. 6 foot, 228, 847 yards for a 5.1 yard average, 6 TDs, 17 receptions for $163, 4.540. Let's see here. Let's look at his number one strength. Difficult to bring down one-on-one in space. Regularly sidesteps would-be tacklers and uses offhand to use oncoming defenders' momentum against them without slowing down significantly. Right? Good dude. Extremely dangerous in the open field, showing the vision, creativity to run through entire defenses. Woo-wee! Steele isn't slow. Here's a weakness. But he still lacks the third gear. So what? It's not what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? Like that. Like when you look at certain weaknesses and stuff, and guys, you hear people talking about, he's this, he's this. But is that how I'm going to use this guy? Now, you'd love for guys to have a full complement of skills and all that. Like Dom said, he doesn't have anything that he does great. And I understand that. But he does a lot of things really well. You know what I mean? He does a lot of things good. And that's the kind of guy I want to bring in with one of our 6th or 7th. Yeah, baby. What else has he got here? He's more of a cut blocker and pass protection. It's crazy for a guy that big. He won't stick his face against the blitz, although that is a correctable flaw. Easy. We just grab him by his face pass and go, bro, this is your last shot. I want you to run head first into that guy. If you don't, you're cut. He goes, done. All right, so there's Carson Steele. With that all said, guys, I want you to know that right now, Ryan, let me see if they're on. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. I'll run until they start. If they already start. Nope, they're still waiting. Here I am. Okay. So 8:00, Talking Jets channel. Ryan and Dom are going to get nuts talking about the draft. We're going to be doing a full first round over there in the very near future as well. 9 p.m., Ryan will be on Jets Talk 24/7 doing his call-in show. And then immediately following that, we have the 10 o'clock mock with a 2-option trade package for you guys to vote on tonight. I won't tell you what they are. I won't tip our hand, but pretty good. And inspired by recent rumors. At least one of them is anyway. So that's going to be real fun. 10 o'clock right here on GreenBean Jetsfans channel. And that's the way it is. Isaiah David, he ain't making it to the. I hear you, Mike, the stat guy. I don't think, even with the running backs, not being starting in the first round, I don't think Isaiah Davis makes it to the 7th. I think that's now I've been wrong in that respect before, but I just don't see it. Mike, if he's there in the 7th and the Jets don't take him, you're going to see a furious, freaking out, snarling, spittling GreenBean. Unless we already took a running back, of course. All right, Ryan and Dom are on right now. Talking Jets Network. I'm going to throw the link in here so you can just go right on over. Here it is. They're live. They just jumped on. There it is. I'll pin it. Oh, I'm not on that. I can't pin it. But there it is, guys. I want to thank you for hanging out. Please hit the like button on your way out. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. And if you're listening on Twitter, give me a follow over there, will you, everybody? Have a great night. I will see you at 10 p.m. with the great Dom C for the 10 o'clock mock. Let's go on over and watch Ryan and Dom talk about the NFL draft. Let's see what I got for you. I forgot to set this up. Gosh, darn it. We'll do the first ever GreenBean clip. Have a good night, everybody. I'll see you in a couple hours. I love Jets fans. You name one other organization that deals with the shit that we deal with and is still this passionate. Sure, you got the little segments, the dog pound. But look at the Patriots fans. They just had 20 years of there are kids, there are 20, 21-year-old, 25-year-old people in this world that are Patriots fans who have never known losing. Never in their entire lifetime. They were born into this Belichick-Brady thing, and they have consistently won. They've won 6 Super Bowls. They've been to 9 or whatever it is. And then when they didn't get in there, they were the AFC Championship game or the semifinals or whatever. And what happens the year that Tom Brady leaves? Dude, you have droves of people leaving the Patriots. These are diehard Pats fans. This is what they have. Diehard Pats fans going to be Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans. Why? Because I'm a fucking fan of Tom Brady. Bullshit. What is that?